What's up, guys? LegitBrowniesGaming here, bringing you another week long wind down. And the background gameplay you're gonna see is some Tom Clancy's End War. I love this game a lot. I've actually hadn't played it in a while, and I just picked it back up and decided to play it some more. And yeah, having a really good time with it. And it's a great game. So if you've never played it and you're thinking about buying it, I mean, it's kind of an older game. Don't know how necessarily easy it's gonna be to find it, but if you have a chance and you want to play it, I would definitely recommend it. So this week's topic is on what I perceive as the artifice of eternity, which I've actually I read that in a poem somewhere, I don't remember where. Um, but like the term forever and how well just in general my opinions on it, and this is gonna be very highly opinionated, so probably gonna disagree with me about a lot of things, but hey, that's okay. And just gonna apologize for the really terrible camera work here, because I realize just how bad it is right now. But oh, there you go. I just fiddling with it. Now the term forever, it's kind of a hard term to use, and why I used to use the term forever very offhandishly, very loosely, um, and I used it in reference to some things that it probably shouldn't have been referenced to. And the thing about the term forever is the world we live in is a very dynamic world. It's constantly changing. Something's always going on. It's really never stagnant, and as stagnant as it may seem to be, in reality, it's never very stagnant at all. Um, so what I mean by that is things happen all the time that can blah, 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 cause you to change your mind about some things, or change your opinion drastically on some things, or kind of bring blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, guys, I just can't speak. Bring some things to light that you maybe didn't know about, but basically, your ideas and things along those lines, morals and stuff like that, can change very quickly because it's just a very dynamic world. So that's one reason why I really don't like the word forever, because I mean, you could be enjoying what you're doing right now and saying that you want that thing forever, and then the next day something happens that you completely mind about that. Whether or not it was caused by something just kind of happened, just stuff happened that alters opinions very rapidly, unfortunately. Um, Another thing I notice that I don't like about saying that some things are forever is the fact that whether or not humans realize it, or whether or not we realize it, people seem to have an innate ability to kind of change their mind on a dime. Whether or not they realize they're doing it, and most times they don't realize they're doing it. Most of the times they're just kind of just like, oh, hey, what's going on. And then the next day they're like, oh, screw this, I'm done. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that we have the ability to change our minds, but it does tend to cause some problems with thinking an artifice of eternity. So, you know, I'll use a kind of, let's use sports for example, right? Um, I played baseball at one part of my life, and I was actually enjoying it a lot. I really liked the sport. Um, but then at one point when I was playing, I didn't like the game anymore. I didn't feel like playing it. I didn't feel like going out. Just, getting ready for a game was just not something I was looking forward to doing. So I basically stopped playing, and I haven't played an organized sport really since. But, you know, it's not like there was a specific event that caused me to stop playing, or it's not like there was a kind of an effect in the background that I could have seen that caused me to stop playing. I just didn't really enjoy the sport. And I mean, since then I haven't followed baseball anymore as a sport. Like I don't watch it too often. I don't follow teams. I used to watch it a lot, and just I kind of didn't really just I didn't like the sport anymore. So I mean, that's just an example of how things can change very rapidly whether for the better or for the worse. Um, things change. It's a dynamic world. So, the whole concept of the dynamic world with people's apparent ability to change, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, you see this a lot with friends and stuff, right? Where it seems like one day you're the best of friends and the other day, you hate each other, and people say, oh, you could have seen this coming. There are things, this has been going on for a long time. It's been happening forever. I saw this coming a long time ago. But to you, you're kind of just like, what the hell just happened? You know? Like it appears out of nowhere to you. So, um, a dynamic and constantly changing world, along with humans' apparent inherent ability to just change their mind on a dime about things, kind of discourages me from having any so-called artifice of eternity or any idea that anything will last forever, to be honest with you. I mean, it doesn't even have to be relationships, or it doesn't have to be a love of a sport. Just anything lasting forever really is kind of improbable when you think about it. Now, I didn't mean this to be really depressing, and I know it sounds like it. It sounds like I've realized that I'm gonna stop kidding myself with some idea of eternity, an idea of forever and continuity. I've grown up and I've realized that stuff changes and it's not always for the better, and I realize that. Um, but being depressing isn't the point of the commentary. So what I like to do for now, instead of kidding myself that whatever is happening is gonna last forever, I like to take things a day at a time. I like to take things slow, focus on what's coming the next day. So, say I still played baseball, right? Instead of thinking, down the line saying, oh, um, I'm gonna be doing this sport forever, so eventually I'm gonna hit um, a professional level, and I'm gonna play for this team in this college, and then I'm gonna enter the draft this year, and hopefully be, I would probably just be along the lines of, all right, let's play the next game. What's happening tomorrow? Do I still feel like playing tomorrow? Well, I don't know. So now I tend to look at everything on a day by day basis, or I tend to look at things in kind of like a set time frame. I don't kid myself that everything's gonna last forever, and I don't kid myself that everything's gonna be the same, because things doesn't have to be changing by year. Things can change day by day. So, whether you realize it or not, things are gonna change. And another thing about the misconceived notion of forever is the fact that if you kid yourself that something's gonna last forever, then when it doesn't last forever, it's kind of a shock, and it's kind of depressing in some cases. Now, like I have said in the past, I have told myself that some things will last, if not forever, then a long time. Um, I told myself, this is gonna last forever, or I'm gonna do this forever, and I kind of kid myself. And some events have kind of caused me to realize that's not how everything works out. um, I still do believe in my own personal philosophy that everything will be okay and everything will work out in the end. But that end is never the same as the beginning. Um, Even some things that are supposed to last forever, typically we would like to think they last forever, such as like marriages, not necessarily jobs, but careers, things that we would certainly hope would last forever, or friendships, relationships, marriages, anything. Um, Even our love for something like a love of like going back to careers, like if we like to think, oh, I'm gonna be an artist or a graphic designer, I'm gonna do something with art for the rest of my life. One day you might just wake up and just be like, I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. This isn't for me, and I need a change. Um, so it's not like I'm super depressed now and I'm like, nothing lasts forever, so there's no point in getting engaged. I'm not saying don't start a relationship. I'm not saying don't go out and pursue a career. I'm not saying don't go out and play sport, or don't go out and do this and that. What I'm saying is take everything at face value. Enjoy things while they're happening. And that's a really key part. Enjoy it while it's happening, because you don't know when it's going to end, or even if it's going to end. You know, maybe some things will last forever for some people, and that's great. Um, if I could, anything that we would like to think to last forever would last forever. That would be a perfect world. There would be no heartbreak, no um, kind of system shock when something ends. But unfortunately, it's not a perfect world. So what I like to do is just say, take things um, as they happen, enjoy it while it's happening. Um, make the most of opportunities. Be opportunistic because you don't know if that opportunity is going to present itself again. And just have fun with things because who knows, right? Enjoy things while they're happening. And yeah, so trying to put a little bit of a positive spin on things is that was kind of a depressing commentary. And I kind of got the idea partially from reading a poem and reading a quote about that, and also reading a book where the guy was in the book was talking about someone that he used to know who was really good at playing an instrument, and then he went to go see him in a concert of some sort, and it just wasn't the same. I mean, he said the guy wasn't bad, but he also said that he was not a good player, um, and that the guy's heart really wasn't into it. So I kind of got spurred on by that idea. Um, so stuff along those lines. So if you kind of just wake up every day and say, okay, here's what should happen today, and if it doesn't, well then, you know, uh, that sucks. It really does. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like if something goes wrong that shouldn't have gone wrong, it sucks. I'm not trying to patronize anyone. I mean, it sucks for me when things go wrong too, and of course, when things go wrong, we all like to think, why? Why did this happen? Why does this have to happen? Why not someone else? And it's just, um, we live in a dynamic world where things are constantly changing, and if something stays relatively the same, then that is a very rarely occurring event. So, just a quick recap, try to take things a day at a time, or not necessarily a day at a time, but set time frames at a time. Enjoy things while they're happening. Definitely enjoy life. Life is great. I love life, and think everyone really should. And make the most of opportunities. So that's the end of this video, guys. Just little Tom Clancy's End War for you there. I might start a series with this. I might do a Tom Clancy's End War, World War III, Road to Victory series or something along those lines because I really love this game. But I don't know. We'll see. Until next time, guys. I will see you later.